Taylor Swift getting married?
And Selena Gomez thought that she actually might die.
And Cardi B is pregnant?
All that and more on today's Rundown.
Guys, there is so much music news today. We have news from BTS, Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus, but also, if you're watching this right now, make sure you're subscribed. We're so close to 4 million, so go ahead and hit that button right now.
I love that. Okay, so let's kick this show off with Katy Perry kissing an American Idol contestant who actually did not want her to. Earlier this week, American Idol aired 19-year-old Benjamin Glaze's audition. It was definitely not your typical American Idol audition where a small-town boy sings his heart out in front of 3 big musical stars on national television. The huge story that came out of this clip was the unexpected smooch that happened on camera between Katy and Benjamin. Now, before he started his audition, he shared with the judges that he had never kissed a girl before, mainly because he was saving his first kiss for someone super special. And then this happened.
You didn't even make the smush sound.
Right, okay. Let me start over. Okay.
Okay, so there probably are some people out there who would have loved for this to have been their first kiss, and Benjamin totally acknowledged that in his interview with the New York Times following the situation, but still, the internet deemed Katy's behavior as totally inappropriate, especially since both the hashtag #MeToo and Time's Up movements are huge in the world right now. One Twitter user said, "Hi, just a friendly reminder that Katy Perry kissing this young man without his consent, he was saving his first kiss and she tricked him into it, is a violation and assault. Joking about it is enforcing rape culture, and that tells us that men can't be sexually assaulted." As the uproar against Katy continued, Benjamin decided to address the issue on his own Instagram page. In a lengthy note, he wrote, "Hi everyone, I would like to clear a few things up for anyone who is confused, concerned, or angry. I am not complaining about the kiss from Katy Perry at all. Doing news reports and being interviewed by many different reporters has caused some major questions. I am not complaining about the kiss. I'm very honored and thankful to have been a part of American Idol. I do not think I was sexually harassed by Katy Perry, and I am thankful for the judges' comments and critiques. I wasn't comfortable in a sense of how I've never been kissed before and was not expecting it. Please take into consideration that I don't believe my views have appropriately communicated throughout the media."
That's a lot, Aaron.
This is a lot. I'm actually so torn on this. I totally get the internet side of this story. I see Katy's side. I don't know. The climate of our culture has changed so much.
Yeah.
And even in the last 6 months, that I think everybody is now suddenly very woke and very attentive to things like this. I feel like a year ago, people would have never even batted an eye or thought anything about it. But now, things like this, we have to take them seriously because the culture shifted.
The culture has definitely shifted, and we talked about this shift even from when I started at Clevver. Like, there's been a shift over the past couple of years where people are more sensitive now and more aware of things, like you said. But also, specifically because of the Time's Up and Me Too movement,
Yeah.
I think, and this is where I think it gets iffy. One, I put myself in his shoes and I was like, if I didn't have a first kiss and she kissed me, I would be like, oh, well, she took that away. But then I'm like, if he says he's fine with it, he's fine with it. But then the other part is, if a guy, let's just say one of her male judges, like, counterparts did the same thing to a girl or to another guy, everybody would be in uproar. So it's kind of like we have this double standard thing in a flip way that people are like, okay, that's not okay either. So now we have a different conversation that's happening. But regardless, I'm kind of glad we're having the conversation because if we have all these different movements, these conversations are gonna continue to arise and we're going to have those uncomfortable conversations for us to move forward.
I think you're right. If this had been a guy, it would be a completely different issue as far as like people being upset about it. I think that not condoning people kissing people without their consent is a very important conversation. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes. All right, in other music news, like I said, pretty much every story deals with some type of music artist. This one is about Miley Cyrus, who's being sued for $300 million. So Jamaican musician Michael May is suing the former Disney Channel star and Sony Music, the company that owns record label RCA, for $300 million because he claims her 2013 hit song We Can't Stop is a ripoff of his tune We Run Things, which came out in 1988. Now in the suit, the man claims that My Side stole his, quote, unique and creative lyrical phraseology in order to establish an overarching and pervasive theme in the realm of self-discovery and self-governings. So for his song, the line goes, we run things, things no run we, and sounds like this.
We run things, things no run away. Anything we done, it have it done properly. You know, we run things, things no run away. Anything we done, it have it done properly. You know, we rule girl, girl no rule we.
And as you probably know, Miley sings "We Run Things, Things Don't Run We" in "We Can't Stop." Michael isn't saying the songs are exactly the same, but rather that Miley's single, quote, owes the basis of its chart-topping popularity to and its highly lucrative success to Plaintiff May's protected, unique, creative, and original content. And defendant also reportedly won formal copyright protection for all musical arrangements in "We Run Things" after seeking protection from the U.S. Copyright Office in November 2017. Ooh, all that legal jargon always makes my mouth hurt.
I know, I'm married to an attorney. Life is hard for me, no, just kidding. What do you think about this?
So this one is another one where I'm kind of like, because on the one hand, we've heard it before where artists, the songs sound similar. The songs are very the same. And then on that one, it gets tricky because it's like, there's only a certain number of notes on the, like the keyboard, on the guitar, like whatever. With this one, the lyrics,
They speak for themselves.
Yeah, the lyrics really speak for themselves. I said earlier when I did the daily, I was saying I don't necessarily think it's quantifies $300 million worth, but maybe some form of payment.
You know what's interesting is I just was like counting in my head. This came out almost 5 years ago. I think there's a statute of limitation on something like this. Like you can't just sue someone 80 years after something happens.
Yeah.
So I feel like he must have run into an attorney somewhere, some way that was like, hey, your statute of limitations is up. You might want to jump on this right now before it's over. This is like tricky. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to prove that "We Can't Stop" by itself in isolation made that much money in order for him to even make that much money back. Plus, you don't get to just make whatever she made.
Right.
There's some sort of legal, I don't want to get into, again, I can't. But I do think, you know, people are litigious. They're gonna try to get whatever they can. I'm not surprised. Okay, guys, we have to talk about a headline that I'm not sure if it's clickbait or not. But I'm just gonna talk about this honestly. There is a headline, Us Weekly. I actually don't know if the headline is in Us Weekly, but they're talking about Taylor Swift possibly getting married to Joe Alwyn. Now, I don't want you to think we're doing this for clickbait purposes. A lot of people talk about this. So these two have been dating for over a year now, and every other song on Reputation is about their relationship. So a lot of people are curious about if wedding bells are coming soon. Well, according to Us Weekly, a source said, quote, Taylor really believes Joe is the one for her. She wants to get engaged to him. She just doesn't feel as though she has to impress anyone at this point. The source went on to say that with Joe, it's different because, quote, this is the first time she's kept the guy private, and that Taylor really wants to keep her personal life separate than the one that is seen by millions.
Who's this source, Aaron?
I know, I feel like I say that every day on this show.
It's so weird because literally I could say, oh, okay, they don't really post much about themselves. They keep their relationship private. Oh, they've been together for a while. Oh, he's doing, like.
I mean, I do think that they have reputable sources.
Usually, yeah.
But this also is kind of like common sense. If someone's been dating someone for a long time, they have great chemistry, they still like each other. Marriage is usually the next point in conversation, so I wouldn't be surprised. Plus, I do think Taylor seems like she might be ready to settle down.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know her.
After the tour, though.
Yes, good point. Good relationship advice.
BTS Army, get excited because it was just announced that YouTube Red is releasing the series that's all BTS. So the series, appropriately titled BTS Burn the Stage, will air beginning on March 28th and will continue for an 8-episode run. According to YouTube Red, the series, quote, follows the 300-day journey of the band's sold-out world tour, 2017 BTS Live Trilogy episode, The Wings Tour. This show is an intimate, personal portrayal dedicated to each other and to their fans across the globe. It celebrates the triumph of their friendship as they overcome shared hardships and shows the growth and hard work as BTS continues on the path to growing to fully fledged artists. Also, we get to relive some of their biggest moments from this past year, so check out a little bit of the trailer. All right, Aaron, so the first 2 episodes are free. I think this is really cool because I know there are some people who may not get to see BTS on tour, and I love when you have like these behind the scenes where maybe you missed the opportunity and now you get to see your favorite artist in a different way, and you can, instead of being surrounded by a whole group of people, even though that's a great experience, you can be on your phone or sitting at home on the sofa watching from your computer and like, BTS,
Yeah,
BTS.
Netflix and chilling, but
Right.
YouTube Red and chilling. I love this because we have heard so much about the boys. We've seen them in interviews, we've seen them perform, we've heard their music, but I don't think that we've gotten to know them in a little more personal way. And I'm excited to get to know the boys in the band. In this I'm so into documentaries right now. It's like my new favorite thing. And so when I found out this is gonna be a documentary, I was like, I'm so excited. Okay, well, today Francia Raisa, who you know donated her kidney to Selena Gomez, did an awesome video talking about her physical experience and emotional experience in doing so. So Francia and Selena are two strong ladies, but that doesn't mean that the kidney transplant that they both underwent didn't take a toll on their physical and mental health. As we know by now, Francia donated one of her kidneys to Selena after Selena suffered kidney failure due to her lupus. Now in a new tell-all with Self, Francia is showing off her scars and revealing the physical and emotional impact the recovery made on both her and Selena's day-to-day lives. Francia admits that she didn't know enough about kidney transplant surgeries, and then went on to say that both she and Selena suffered from depression after the surgeries. Francia had been advised by her social worker that the process would be more difficult for her because, quote, the recipient is going to glow and she's going to recover a lot faster than the donor because she's getting something she needs, and you are losing something you don't need to lose. It's going to be hard, and it was hard, but even knowing that a recovery process would be a lot different than cells, Francia admitted that she always knew she would do it for her, referring to Selena as her best friend and her sister. Unfortunately, the unexpected happened, and Selena had serious complications following her surgery. Francia revealed that she received a text from Cell that read, quote, "I'm so scared I might die." It turns out the kidney had turned and broken an artery, so Selena was forced to return to the hospital.
And they actually had to take a vein out of her leg, so she has a scar right here, and build a wall around her artery, like this whole thing.
I love that she did this because I had no idea. I mean, you think, oh, surgery, people have surgeries all the time. She probably recovered just like anybody else would.
Right.
And she really gave a huge contribution to Selena's life to know what that is like. I have a girlfriend that I know right now on Facebook who's looking for someone to donate a kidney to her, and she has a GoFundMe page, and she's trying to raise money to pay that person. And I'm thinking, that's a lot of money. I feel like somebody would probably do it, but you have to know everything that might happen to you when you do donate. So I think this shows that Francia made even a bigger donation than I think all of us thought.
TMZ has reported, this is the second time now, that Cardi B is actually pregnant, and she's still gonna perform at Coachella. So a month ago, we told you about the rumor that TMZ reported saying Cardi B was pregnant. This came from a conversation that was had between a venue staffer at the Maxim party during Super Bowl weekend and a member of Cardi's team. Cardi was performing at the party, and at some point in the night, a staff member asked if Cardi would like to be escorted to her VIP room where there was boozing and partying going on, to which one of Cardi's reps responded saying that Cardi didn't want to be in a quote-unquote party atmosphere and preferred to stay in the area by the stage and sip Fiji water. The rep then allegedly told the venue staffer that Cardi was 3 to 4 months pregnant. Now, since the rumors surfaced, Cardi's team has repeatedly denied the speculation, and Cardi even spoke out on Instagram saying, quote, "No bitch, I'm just getting fat. Let me fat in peace." Well, today, TMZ is reporting that sources close to Cardi told them, quote, "The rapper's due the first week of July and will be close to 7 months pregnant with Offset's kiddo when she takes the stage next month at Coachella." Now, Aaron, you remember we covered iHeartRadio Awards. At iHeart, she was wearing like that baby doll tutu dress.
Yeah.
You couldn't really see her stomach. This seems true to me.
If this is true,
Oh my God.
Cardi B is even more of a superhero than I thought she was. When I get pregnant, that's my excuse to literally stay in my house for 10 months doing
Yeah.
nothing and eating ice cream. That's what I'm gonna do. Cardi B is performing. She is like traveling, performing at Coachella and the Des.
She's trying
That
to
is a
make that
commitment.
money.
Listen, if she is 7 months pregnant, she's gonna be tired. Good for her. I wanna
know
be
what?
her when I grow up.
I will say though, she kind of has no choice. Think about it. So Cardi B, if you were a fan of hers,
She's at her prime.
she's been famous for a while, but now she's like famous, and you have to strike while it's hot. So she cannot take a break right now.
Look, you say that until you're 7 months pregnant. You don't know
Sometimes
what
when I
that's
eat my
like.
meal prep, Aaron, it happens.
So you know that this is a big commitment. It's really hard for
And
her.
it's hard, the back pain.
Even more the reason why I want to be her. She's awesome. You guys, did you think that Katy Perry just stepped out of the line way too far? She shouldn't have kissed this guy. Let us know in the comments.
And also, are you excited about BTS's new series on YouTube Red? Let us know. Let us know what you're most excited for. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
But before you go, click left to hear about Zayn and Gigi's split.
Or click right to find out why Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez split.